Hello everybody, we're gonna do a little bit of an overview as to what habits I will be doing coming into 2026. Now, this is not going to be exclusively financial stuff, but there are going to be bits and pieces relating to my finances. So if you're interested in trying to level up or want some ideas for your own mood board or vision board, feel free to continue watching. So I thought about making a video on just my financial goals for 2026, but I really don't have that many goals just because I feel like there's not much that I want out of my current financial situation other than just to save more, invest more. As for the numbers, I really don't have a set amount of numbers that I want just yet because things have been so crazy. Work has been really busy, and so I haven't really had the chance to sit down and really go over my financials for the entire 2025 year as well as the new year. I want to be able to have a clear snapshot as to how well I did in 2025, so then coming into 2026 I know where to adjust. But because I just have not had the time to just organize my thoughts, sit down and have a proper financial analysis, I just haven't been doing that. And so we're just gonna have a video about just regular habits or just everyday habits that I'm hoping to bring into 2026. And this is all towards helping me be, I guess, a better version of myself and working towards having a better home life, but also self-improvement. My camera just died, so if you notice a change in lighting or scenery, I apologize. The first thing that I have on my list of new habits that I want to bring in into 2026 is writing in my journal more before I make an impulsive purchase. I want to show you, I journal a lot, and one of my journals is this guy. Now, this is what I call my things I want to buy a list journal, and I actually decorated it. I basically just write things that I want to purchase, and some things I have purchased already or I decided not to purchase them, and that is the main point I'm having this journal where I can write down the date and give myself a week before I make that purchase. It really helps to make my spending a lot more intentional and stops me from impulsively spending. Now, I will say there are moments where I've had weaknesses, but again, I'm trying this new habit out just to see where my threshold is and how much I can handle. Before 2026 happens, I can adjust as needed. With a little bit more time, I'm sure that I can stop myself from buying something in a week's time. The second habit is going to be decluttering my house at least once per month. I think I'm just gonna do it in different parts of the home every single month, and it helps to keep things a lot more manageable. I tend to have a spending problem. I'm still responsible, or try to be responsible, but sometimes things do pile up, especially because we live in a small space. So I'm hoping to start decluttering a part of our home once per month, and I have been doing that so far. This month is going to be decluttering my bathroom shelves, and I love the progress that we've made so far. Everything is a lot more spacious and less cluttered, so I'm hoping to bring this habit into 2026. I'm going to be cleaning my bathroom twice a week. I know that other people do it once a week, or I find that the bathroom is one of the most important rooms in your home besides the kitchen. I really think a clean bathroom is very important. What I do is that every Tuesdays and Fridays is my cleaning days for my bathroom. Tuesdays is when I will do a full wipe down of my sink and my toilet, and then on Fridays is when I'll do a deep clean of the entire bathroom. Our toilets and our sink are the most used appliance, and therefore I do plan to just have a regular cleaning schedule twice a week for those things. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I want to be able to maintain my home a lot better. I have fallen off the wayside, I guess, in the beginning of the year and last year, and I saw the way that things can easily pile up, and it's really a reflection of your mental state. And now that I'm in a better place mentally, I feel like I can tackle these things on a more routine basis. One of the things that I struggled with last year and this year was keeping a consistent exercise schedule. So this includes working out at the gym and Pilates, so much so that I still have a lot of leftover Pilates tickets that I'm not able to use. I just didn't have a consistent schedule, and that meant that like anytime I just felt lazy and I didn't want to go, I just kind of stayed home. What does that mean? Well, that means that I not only wasted money, but I wasn't really taking care of myself. I didn't have a habit or routine when it came to doing Pilates or going to the gym. and those things cost money. And so for 2026, I'm hoping to keep a consistent schedule for both going to Pilates and to the gym, and I have already been doing that so far for the past 3 weeks. I'm thinking that for 2 times per week I'll go to Pilates, 2 times per week I'll go to the gym, and on the weekends is fair game, so I can do either or depending on how I feel. Since it's only been 3 weeks since I started this new habit, it has been really beneficial because I can already see the positive effects of it. There will be days where I will be too tired or too lazy to go to the gym or go to my Pilates classes, but because I really want to maintain this habit and bring this habit into 2026, it has mentally pushed me to make sure that I do go to the gym or I do go to Pilates. I am really happy with the progress that I've made. I've become more consistent with my workouts and just maintaining my overall health. My next habit is taking creatine daily. This is the one that I purchased recently. You've probably seen this in my other video. It is creatine monohydrate. And I take 1 scoop of this every single morning with my coffee, and I have already noticed a big difference in my exercise performance and my memory, and it's only been a week since I have taken it every single day. What I love about it is that every time I'm pushing myself when it comes to trying out a new workout or pushing myself to the limit, I feel less tired and I feel like my body is less stressed. In terms of memory, I feel like I'm able to recall things a lot better. That was something that I was really worried about. It does feel like it's making a big difference, but it's only been a week, and I'm sure that after 2 weeks or so, I'm gonna notice an even bigger difference. I was watching another YouTube video and somebody actually called this the investment first mindset. And what that is that every time you get paid, instead of automating your money to go to savings or spending first, you would automate your money to go into investments first and then work your way down the list. And I love that idea because I have definitely been falling off my investment progress this year. So coming into 2026, I'm hoping to automate all of my investments first, just to make sure that I am prioritizing that and then going down into my list of focusing on my savings and then spending. I'm going to be doing this in December just so that by the time January rolls around, I don't forget and I'm already off to a good start. Next on my list is to create a budgeting routine. When I was using other apps, I was either punching in the transactions manually or allowing the app to do things for me automatically, but now since I'm using a budgeting spreadsheet, I need to create a routine where anytime I have transactions to update, I am able to do it seamlessly and smoothly. I don't want to choose one day out of the week to do my budgeting routine just because I don't work like that. A lot of transactions can be made throughout an entire week span, and that's just way too much for me to handle. So what I have been doing so far is every other day when I'm at my computer, I'll just enter in the new update transactions. Since I'm already on my computer pretty much every day anyways, it doesn't feel like an extra thing that I have to do or think about. It just seems very seamless and smooth, and I'm hoping to continue doing this into the new year. One of the ways that I am trying to incorporate into my life in order to curb my spending habits is to use the resources that I already currently own before I go ahead and purchase new ones. I know that in a different video a while ago I mentioned this. Of course, it's really hard to maintain this because sometimes you see a shiny new object and you immediately want to buy it. This for me has to do with stationery. Again, I really enjoy journaling. I love buying all the washi tape, the stickers, the pens, everything for it, but because I already have so many pens and there are stickers that I don't enjoy using, I am making it a point for me to use up all the pens before I can purchase new ones. And then for the stickers, I'm gonna have to use all of those stickers before I can purchase new ones, and I've already been doing this for the past couple of weeks. My supply of pens is already going down because again, I write quite a lot. I love seeing the progress of me just finishing a pen and starting a new one. Next on the list is to learn one new thing per month. I originally set this to learn one new thing per week, but because life can get crazy and I don't want to have such a short time restriction on myself, I'm going to give myself a month to learn something. This is connected to another habit that I'm hoping to bring into, which is trying to learn more via podcasts. I love The Diary of a CEO, and there are other podcasts that are similar out there, but they don't really jive with my style. So I'm still researching what podcasts are really great to learn from. I have also listened to like Girls Gotta Eat, which is really great about relationship advice and just relationships in your life in general and women's health. So if you have any podcast recommendations, especially ones that you really enjoy listening to, feel free to leave a comment below. This is only 75% of my journaling ecosystem. Again, I write down everything as much as I can. It's been really mentally healing for me, and it provides me with a lot of mental clarity. The only problem is that I have a fear of ruining my journals by making a mistake, and I'm sure that we've all had that feeling where we buy a really pretty journal but we're too scared to write in it because we don't want to ruin it or make a mistake. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be writing in my journal at least for 2 pages every single day. Because I already enjoy writing down my thoughts and my observations for the day anyways, I felt like this is going to be a really smooth and easy habit for me to continue on. Some days, especially when I'm busy, I kind of stick to either half a page or I don't even write anything, but I'm going to make it a habit to make sure that I do write in at least for 2 pages every single day, whether that be for lists or a diary entry or anything like that, in order for me to use up all of my journals for their intended purpose. I have 2 more habits, and the second last one has to do with what I'm currently doing right now, and it's sitting in front of the camera and talking to you guys every single Wednesday. So on Wednesdays, I've made it a whole plan to sit down and film right after I get off work. It helps me not make excuses. It allows me to open up my schedule to allow for filming to happen. Before, what I would do is that I would only film when I wanted to, and that didn't really create a really great routine. It didn't really help me to create a habit. And so me scheduling a specific filming day has really helped me be consistent on YouTube. This habit is something that I have been doing for the past 3 months, and I really want to make sure that I continue doing this because it has been so helpful, and that is time blocking. I've used time blocking throughout my professional career in different ways, but so far I've also been using it for my professional life, especially when my partner goes on his business trip. It has really allowed me to make sure that the home is maintained, the cats are taken care of, and I am also making sure that I schedule time for my self-care as well. Sometimes I'll just come home and I wouldn't know what to do because there's so many things to do. Time blocking makes me feel more focused, and it allows me to kind of have a list item in my head as to what I need to do based on the time blocks that I've created. I don't create one every single day of the week. I think that's a bit too much of an overkill, but when I do have a lot of things to do, I will time block my day and making sure that I have everything, at least the high level items, completed on my to-do list. Most of these habits I actually started to do in December, so then I have a full month to tweak and adjust if I needed to, because I really want to start off strong on January 2026. Things have been working out really well. I am starting to understand myself a lot more as a person based on how much I can handle when I'm trying to implement all these new habits into my life, and I feel like I am able to give myself a slower transition into the new year just by giving myself an entire month to see what's working and what isn't working. If you are trying to create new habits for yourself in January, I highly encourage you to try to do it as soon as you can in December so that you can have a smoother start in January and to see what works for you and what doesn't. Hopefully this video has given you some new ideas in how you can create more habits for yourself in January or in the beginning of the new year. If this has helped you in any way, or if you have any ideas as to any new habits that you think might be really useful for either myself or other people, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.